My name is Munga. I came to Miami for several different reasons, but I drove all the way here from Canada to go to school at FIU. I came here to pursue my master's of science in management information systems. I had a student loan and I had 2 jobs lined up, and I didn't know my way around. I didn't know who to talk to, and I didn't understand the system, and the jobs didn't work out. So I ended up becoming homeless and just not being able to function. The many faces of homelessness is that we don't realize it's just not people in the parks, or people that are drunk, or people that are on drugs. There are people like me who were students. There are people that are coming out of domestic violence. There are people that are coming from many different walks of life. And sometimes things just happen, circumstances. And if you become homeless, there are things that you have to know how to do. You have to get all these skill sets. You have to know how to ask for help, and then you have to follow where the help leads you. A lot of the times we get together, whatever you find out, you pass on by word of mouth. We pass on things by word of mouth. Here's where you can get a free Florida ID. Here's how you can get pads. Here's where they're giving out free food. Here's where there's a food bank. And sometimes you have nothing to eat, and sometimes you can't get into the Camilla's house, or you can't get into the Miami Rescue Mission, or you can't get into Mother Teresa's because there's a quota. You might miss that quota. I have service dogs, and they're my life, along with my son. And we ended up sleeping in our car, and I had to learn where to sleep. It was very difficult for me because there are not very many places that would take dogs, even though there were service animals, many shelters, and so they wanted me to give them up. And I couldn't because my son has autism and he needed his service dog. Well, for me actually, it's where did I wash? Where can I wash my son? How can we keep clean? So that would be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How can we keep ourselves fed, clean? My son invented a hobo meal. It's a Cuban bread, 99 cents, and a $2 turkey, and you break the bread in 2, and it's huge. It lasts you a whole day. You don't want to tell anyone that you're homeless. You don't want them to let on that you're homeless. There's a huge stigma about being homeless, that you're no one, you don't have a value, you're worthless. It's your fault that you're in that position. It's the reason that you're there. It's because you don't want to work, or you don't want to progress in life, and that's the reason that you're homeless. And it's not true at all. For university, nobody knew that I was homeless. None of my professors knew, and I think I have a 3.6, or almost 3.7 average, and nobody knew that I was homeless for most of the time I was doing my master's. Nobody knew I was sleeping in the garages at the university and doing my courses and studying and my papers. Yeah, this is the best spot I would pick, because there's no lights. I would be able to sleep without the light, bothering me and my child. Also, it's great because, when you have papers to write for university, I can easily use this. I would plug up my cell phone, I would plug up my computer right here, and then I could, do my paperwork. I wish I could finish my master's. I know I will one day soon, but until then, I'm gonna always think of myself as a survivor.